Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a flight review on the Freewing 64mm F-16. Let's go and get into it. Okay guys, so a little bit about this jet. It flies on a 4S 2200 milliamp LiPo. With the battery in the plane, it can last around 4 minutes, maybe 5 if you fly it real slowly. I wouldn't push it though. Actually, a few days ago, I had a crash landing in the field. Luckily, nothing's hurt. Actually, talking about that, this thing gets really slow. So even in situations like that, if you have to ditch in a field, it's not going to be too big of a problem. Because I came in and it was like really slow. Its nose was like that high in the air, and then it just tapped down. So especially for landing on something narrow like this, if you look, you can see we just have a concrete runway here. And also for something like that, as you can see, I'm not using landing gear. This aircraft also does not come with retractable landing gear. It is you either have landing gear or you don't. If you look under here, what I've done is I've just taken packing tape and put it all along the bottom, and that pretty much protects the body from getting all scratched up and scraped up. Now also you probably noticed the drop tanks. This aircraft does not come with drop tanks. What I have done is I have ordered some drop tanks from the old E-flite 64mm F-16, and I just painted them and put them on here. I think it looks really good. It doesn't really affect flight performance too well. On the topic of flight performance, this jet is a very good flying jet. It won't act up. You point it and it just goes that way pretty much. Point and shoot. It's not too hard. Also, unlike most 64mm, it comes with a rudder. Also has a really nice sound to it. So overall, it's a great jet. It'll run you about 180 bucks. If you want to come in and look in here, you can see the receiver I'm running. I have a Spectrum AR636A receiver. As you can see, it uses an EC3 plug for its LiPos, but I also have that's an XT60, not an EC3. That's an EC3, but I do have an EC3 adapter for when I use EC3 batteries on it, because that's what Horizon Hobby aircraft use. So we're gonna go ahead and put battery in it. This is the battery we're using. It's a 4S 2200. Like I said, you have about a 4-minute flight time on that, and that's flying around aggressively. So we have the adapter on here. We're gonna go ahead and take it out right now. Just go and put that away. Once we plug it in, you're going to hear it start to initialize the binding process. There you go. You do have a Velcro strap in here, so that is very handy. The CG that works right for me is just like 3/4 of the way towards the front of the wires, and that seems to be really perfect for me, and that'll hold it in place. If we look at the bottom, I can show you the CG. It's actually marked on this plane, unlike most. It clearly says CG right there with a little line. So that's really good for, knowing where you want your plane to be balanced. So it's initializing right now. I'm using the DXE transmitter. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Should be binding right now. Okay, it has finally fully initialized. It is now bound to the transmitter. As you can see, we have full control of the aircraft. Right now I have the throttle disarmed. I also have it on low rates. And also one thing about this plane, it has a elevon mixing. So if you come over and look under here, you will see it has 2 servos to control both the elevators and the ailerons. So as you see, I roll left, and the elevators also roll. I pitch, and the ailerons also pitch. So that definitely helps with maneuverability. However, if you do not have your settings set correctly, it can be a little bit too much and a little bit squirrely. It also does have a rudder servo for steering around. So we're going to go ahead and pop the canopy on. What we're going to go ahead and do here is we're just going to fly the plane around. I'm not going to be talking during it because we've had some audio qualities when the jet flies by. This plane does have a really nice noise though, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys indulge in it. While it's flying, you also may hear a crackling noise like the sound of an afterburner on a real jet. Just so you know, it doesn't come with that. There's a little piece of plastic. I'll actually show you it here. That popped loose in the engine one time, I'm not sure how, and it makes a crackling noise. I don't know if you can see it. It's at the bottom there. But it sounds really nice. So if you want to make the modification to your plane and make it sound like that, feel free to. It was accidental for me, but I definitely don't regret it. So, also, if you don't have that little modification put in, it still makes a really great noise. And I really love this plane. I definitely recommend it as a first EDF if, this thing does go pretty fast. So as long as you're not worried about it getting away from you, make sure you have a large field such as this one, and you should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and start flying now. Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and set a 4-minute timer. like I said, I'm not going to be talking during the flight, but when we land, I will give you some more of my opinions on it. Go ahead and check controls. Rudder's good. Ailerons are good. Throttle is good. Also, this aircraft does have reverse thrust. So if you're using landing gear, you can stop quickly. So we're going to go ahead and set that 4-minute timer, and let's get up. Okay, folks, we're airborne. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking now. You guys can just enjoy. Got some down trim. Come off the throttle a little bit. My alpha flight here. Slow down. Speed fast. Slow fight. We're a slow fight again. Changing the pattern here from the other side. Okay, folks, that's the timer. We're going to go ahead and throttle back here a little bit and bring her in for landing. You may hear the timer playing because the cameraman has the camera in his hands. He was able to stop it there. We're just going to go ahead and do our best to get really slow and come in for a nice approach here. I'm going to use the high alpha to our ability. And to our gain here. There we go, touchdown. We're going to get the jet, folks. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, you saw it. It could go really slow, it could go really fast, it could go straight up your ass. This thing has really good maneuverability. It flies really nice, tracks like an arrow. There's not really too much to say about this plane. It does everything perfect. If you're looking to get an EDF, this thing came out a few months ago. I think in August I got it the month it came out. Really, really great jet, really, really stable. And honestly, you can't go wrong with it. It sounds nice, it looks nice. F-16 is just a great platform. And, you know, I'm sure their FA-18 version would be great too. I have it, I just haven't gotten to flying it. But I think, you know, anything from the Freewing 64mm line would be great, except for maybe the F-105 and F-8, because those are a little bit smaller and might get away from you quicker. But otherwise, yeah, go ahead, get out and buy this, guys. Like I said, if you want to get started for really cheap, go and pick up the DXC, find a secondhand receiver, get this jet, or maybe even a cheaper jet like the Freewing F9F. However, though, a lot of people will recommend the E-flite F-15. I do not. I have experience with that plane. It's too fast and too much for a beginner. It may have safe, but as soon as you're out of it, it doesn't really do a difference, you know? But otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.